Hello, good morning in United States, good afternoon in Europe. This is Ahura with another daily outlook video. Let's go and see what's happening in the market, and what we have to expect from today's Wall Street activities, and not just the Wall Street, and overall in the markets. So far, we know in Ukraine peace talks going to start from tomorrow. Since tomorrow we're going to have another peace talk between Russia and Ukraine here in Turkey. Both sides there have some hopes, as in a real, not the following the fake news and others, but we can see in a reality that Ukrainian already they accepted to be natural. I mean, kind of to be natural, not putting themselves in the side of the NATO or Russian, staying in the middle, staying in a natural, and they're gonna do it. They are going to act. They are accepting talking about that. We are accepting to talk about the situation in Donbass, the Luhansk, and the other city, Lutsk. There is a two states together. We call it Donetsk. They are going to they accept they call it to talk about the Donetsk and also about the Crimea. So the situation of their situation. So this is kind of the positive, but at the same time, when Vladimir Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, told that he is ready to go and talk about this with Putin, Kremlin told that no, there is nothing right now that we can count on. Therefore, there is not, we don't have any reasonable reasons for now to talk to say that the negotiation going to stay in a level of the to be in a level of the presidents. Therefore, the foreign ministers or others they can speak face to face on Turkey. So that was the reason a little bit the market got okay. So I mean the market got again a little bit more caution after the first hours positive reactions after the first positive reactions. This is the market risk as you can see here volatility market, the volatility market. That's why a little bit just like state comfort, just like but overall, say it's the natural, but overall, the market sensitive about the sense about that. Okay, if we're gonna go and see some changes that made to see the markets a little bit the positive to see the market again in a positive mood. So that's the reason to see that okay now we can again see that this market is again going to have to see some kind of peace in that self in overall about the peace talk. But that means still, if we look and check the market volatility is still at the 24, is so higher than 15 and 16 that it's supposed to be, but lower than 33 is like 10 points lower than 2 weeks ago. US dollar index has its demand not because of market volatility, because of higher inflation. This week we are going to see the PCE US inflation in the United States and the Eurozone. Ahead of this, the market expectation increased for 10 basis point, increasing their rates for sorry 50 basis point increasing the rates. So that made U.S. 10 years bond yields to increase above 2.50, just like 3 hours ago. For that, so for that, and it helped the U.S. dollar index to increase, and therefore the U.S. dollar is still increasing faster than market expectation, and it puts the gold under pressure, and that's the reason to see that gold is in free fall. The gold, you can see that earlier today fell all the way down to 1,922 from 1,900 almost 55. It's like more than $30 lost, but now again it's recovering because stock market is under pressure, and we can see that after not that much positive news about the stock markets. You can see S&P 500, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones just before market opens started to lose and give back the earlier give back all what earlier they gained a few hours ago. So to stay natural. So that was the seed. That's the market situation at the moment, and it made the gold again to gain some some of its loss that had earlier. Same situation we can see here for the silver, but about the oil and gas. Market hoped a little bit on the hope of the talks between Russia and Ukrainian decrease the prices. It put the pressure on the oil and the gas prices. We can see the oil, the US oil went down to 105, 106 actually, sorry, to 106. But still, as we talked last week, that still oil above $92 will be in a positive mood, and this situation means the situation that we have means that the oil price will be stay between 92 and 110. Same situation for gas. We have the gas price will be above 470, $480, between the 480 and 550. But still, the situation means that if we cannot find any reasonable way for that, next target going to be at $6.30. But so far today we are this depends on the tomorrow. I mean, for today and tomorrow, we probably have more caution market ahead of tomorrow's peace talk. If tomorrow's peace talk, they're gonna say that okay, we get some points, we had some advances, we have some thing that we can say okay, we got closer to the agreement, to the peace talks, in the peace talk. If they go through that way, we can see the price for oil and gas. We can see they will drop. But uh, if not, we can say again, okay, they're gonna go back higher. The reason, the market is sometimes the U.S. president is saying a little bit. I don't know. He is going. He doesn't probably know sometimes what he says. Either he's so smart and he know what exactly he says. His speech in Poland, as you know, it was very challenging when he was talking about the Ukraine and was talking about the Russia, and for God's sake, he should do something that shouldn't be the president or something like that. I forget the exact name, exact sentence, but means that the market accepted, and the market participant and many politicians, they learned that they read it as the regime change idea in Russia, which Russia and they got a very bad and very heavily reaction to that. And so it's none of your business that who is going to be the president in Russia. So, but anyway, the situation is not from just like geopolitical situation. Still, these stuff will keep the situation a little bit risky, in a little bit higher risk to get that okay, even if you're going to get some points, it's not going to be so fast and like next to the door. So therefore, the market, this is the reason to see that stock market still, even if they have some positive moves in the past last days, but still they will be a little bit under pressure, and we can probably see that this pressure before more pressure before start raising. Same situation we have in the European market. In the cryptocurrencies, if you remember last week that we were talking about it, I told you just like about we were under 4,000 to 300, 40 to $3,000. Last week thought that this situation that we have in the market, because this risk right now is a financial risk, it's not the high geopolitical risk, because no one of sides they don't want to see a high risk in the market. They don't need to see the high risk in the market. That's the reason that you can say cryptocurrency is going to increase in the next days. So that was the reason actually, and also the higher inflation, especially in United States, and especially in Japan. Look at here, US JPY increased all the way up to 125. Lower the Japanese accepted to say this to have lower fiat, lower rate in the Japanese yen instead of having and making inflation, because they really need the higher inflation to make some to make some kind of activities in the market. That's the reason, and that was the reason to see that okay, USD JPY Japanese yen increase, and it will be probably positive for the Japanese stock market in the next months. But it increased the idea of holding in cryptocurrencies instead of fiat money in the last day. So that was the reason to see that movement in the market. but still increasing US dollar also was the reason for having USD JPY in a higher levels, or we can say that lower Japanese yen against US dollar. And the same situation, same reason made pound and pound and euro. Where's my euro USD? Here again, let me bring the euro USD. Made the pound and euro to fall against US dollar. This overall market situation. This is today we don't have that much important news in the market. I mean, economic data in the market. We have important news, but we don't have economic data in the market. U.S. 10 years bond yields, as I told this earlier today, just like touched above 2.50. Now it's at 2.4447. The curve between 2 and 10 years two and 10 years yields, they are getting closer together, and it means that we should be more cautious about the possible recession in the market, and we may can see that situation. Also, another reason in the market, other news in the market, I'm probably forget to talk about that. It was the COVID-19 situation and the cases in China and Shanghai. The Shanghai is going to the second level of the quarantine, and it means that many factories they will be closed, and they are already closed, and it means lower demand for the energy, and was the reason to another reason to see that oil price a little bit lowered. Uh, Nothing important anymore. Just like I think all the things that we needed to talk about that for now. The situation, as I told, this is the situation, the market situation. We should be a little bit positive, just like by the time ban. If we can see some positive progress in tomorrow's peace talk between Russia and Ukraine. Generally, the market is uh, but market is not uncertain, and market doesn't exactly know where it goes. Okay, guys, that's it. I hope it was useful for you. See you guys tomorrow, and take care.